And by the way, speaking of those riots, and we saw a lot of the pictures of the riots from last summer. Got some statistics from January 6th, comparing January 6th to the riots of last year. Now, which was worse? We all know January 6th, right, was way worse than the rioting last year.
Absolutely. I'm glad you said it.
For instance, let's go through some of the casualties, should we?
From January 6th.
January 6th.
Okay.
Police officers assaulted and injured. They claim 140 were injured. 140. Whereas only 2,037 were injured during the rioting. 140 on January 6th. 2,037 during the riots. Non-officers who died. So we got Ashley Babbitt, okay, who was not an officer, but she was one of the mob, one of the crowd, and 3 others who died of natural causes. Whereas during the riots, 6 to 20 plus people were killed during the rioting. Arrests, 570, January 6th. Just 16,241 during the rioting. Let's see, federal charges, actually more federal charges during January 6th, 175 compared to 44 because they didn't charge anybody really during the rioting. That was fine. The rioting was fine. Weapons charges, 60 on January 6th, 79 during the rioting. Estimated damage, $1.5 million at the Capitol building on January 6th. For the rioting, $2 billion. $2 billion. So one of those is more. $1.5 million sounds like a lot. Is $2 billion a lot? Huh.
I have to defer to you on all issues of math.
Yeah, it's a math thing. We're all confused.
I'm just sitting here playing along, acting like I follow along, because numbers are involved.
I mean, this goes on and on and on. So the government classification of what happened on January 6th, domestic terrorism. For the rioting, those were just riots. There was no terror going on. Organizations implicated, Oath Keepers, Proud Boys, and 3 Percenters in the January 6th riot. BLM, Antifa, anti-BLM, anti-Antifa groups for the rioting. The duration, 5 hours from initial violence to restored order, 5 hours.
Okay.
For the rioting, months. It went on for months, month after month after month.
Boy, they really disbanded BLM and Antifa, didn't they, after that?
No,
look
they
at what
didn't.
you guys organize in these cities. No more of you.
The scope, January 6th, single event, single location. The rioting, 8,700 events, 574 involving violent acts, 140 plus cities. Invasions of public space, yes. Check mark for January 6th, also a check mark for the rioting. Defacement of property, yes on January 6th, yes on rioting. Shootings by participants, yes on rioting, no on January 6th. Arson, no January 6th, yes during the riots. Looting, no on January 6th, yes during the rioting.
Well, I mean, the podium, Via Getty was walking around with that podium.
Oh, he did loot the podium. That's right.
We just want to...
That podium was the key to our democracy, too. It was the key to our democracy, and he was carrying it under his arm. Impeding traffic? No. On January 6th? Yes, of course. Many times during the rioting. Vehicular crimes? No. On January 6th? Yes, of course, during the rioting. Dangerous weapons encountered. There were flagpoles, fire extinguishers, baseball bats, tasers, crowbars, tomahawk axes, knives. There were some serious things going on that people could have used and in some cases, I guess, did use during January 6th. For the rioting during the months of violence, firearms, incendiary devices, including Molotov cocktails, vehicles, rocks, bricks, bottles, fireworks, including those improvised to explode, poles and bats, metal and wooden, hammers, wood, cinder blocks, to name just a few. Violent protester tactics, bludgeoning with poles and bats, pushing and trampling, crushing in doorways, spraying of chemical irritants. In the riots, shooting at officers, throwing Molotov cocktails at officers, standing at skirmish lines or behind officers to trap them between fire and protesters, throwing dangerous objects at officers from elevated positions using peaceful protesters as human shields, targeting officers' eyes with lasers.
Oh.
Remember that? Doxing police officers, aggressive tactics to free arrestees from police custody, use of weapons caches and snack vans to conceal weapons, and on and on and on.
And after they committed these atrocities against police, then the now Vice President of the United States helped raise money online to get them bailed out of jail.
Yeah, not so much with January 6th, though.
No?
No.
Yeah.